Okay, about to head for Cape Town in Andries's Volvo EX30. There's the route planned with our stops for the different recharging of the battery. There's first stop is 2 hours 24 minutes away. The battery will be at 19% when we get there at 7 in the morning. The battery is currently at 100%, and we've got it says we can go 426 k's before the battery runs out. So anyway, off we go on our way to Cape Town. Loving the silence of the car, the way it drives, and looking forward to our trip down to Cape Town. Heading out through Parkhurst, and Andries is finding it quite interesting driving with the battery full. He doesn't often do it. It's usually around about 80%. At 100%, the one pedal drive no longer works. So there's when you come to a stop, you actually have to use the brakes. You're not using the motor and the regeneration of electricity to slow down. We're now on the highway heading out past Soweto. Finally the open road. Going to leave the city behind soon. Quick introduction. Andries, he's the driver at the moment and the owner of this beautiful vehicle. And then there's me. I'm the photographer, cinematographer for the trip. The battery's down to 94%. It's now going to be 20% when we arrive there at our first stop. Looking forward to that cup of coffee that we're going to have while the vehicle recharges, and looking forward to the trip. Approaching our first toll road, and luckily we have our, what is this thing called on the windscreen, Andries? E-tag, that's right. We've got our E-tag, which means, okay, well, this is a fail. Why is this car stopped here? Ah, come on. Okay. Okay, so this is a fail. Theoretically, the E-tag should move very fast. Okay, so now are we going to go in that one, Andries?
Yeah.
But why did it say left there? Ah, goodness. Okay. We're on the wrong side, Andries. This is not the. This is off the highway. You've taken the wrong. You've taken the off ramp. Okay, well, that was not a very successful exercise. So we're going to have to try and get back onto the highway after that little blip. Luckily, it's just another on ramp, so it's another toll gate. What's going on here now? Okay. Some security vehicle. But yeah, our E-tag will just hopefully. Here we go. And we're back on our way. So at the moment, Andries is on pilot assist. which you see the green around the vehicle, with the green rectangle to the right, meaning that it's safe to change lanes. Now we're passing a truck. Onboard cameras pick up the truck. Move back into the left lane. Andres, just show the screen where you can do the settings. So there we are with those are the settings. We've got steering assist, lane change assist, and adjust to the speed limit. You can set the following distance and the feel on the steering wheel. Safety features. It's not just like the old-fashioned analog cruise control. Quite automatic driving by the car, but certainly a lot of safety features and assistance on the road ahead. So we're approaching the Vaal River. So that'll be us leaving Gauteng and entering Free State. It also means we've been mostly traveling downhill, which will have been helping our consumption. The battery is now going to be at 24% when we get to our recharging stop at Ficksburg. Yeah. So the car's being a little bit more efficient than as we've been driving. And here's the Vaal. Sunrise about to happen. Beautiful time of day to be on the road. Occasionally we lose signal on the internet, and we get this cool view of an upside down South Africa, Madagascar peeking its nose out there in the corner, but we're on our way to Cape Town, and it was just a cool view. Getting close to Ficksburg. Ficksburg. It's going to be our first stop. Battery is expected to be 30%, so we've continued to use less power than we expected. Current battery's at 38%. Here we are in Ficksburg. Andres is reversing up to the Audi charger, part of Grid Cars network. Andres, you're going to explain how it works. So first of all, we're going to plug it in. It's usually these cables are quite heavy. Are these the cooled cables, Andres? Yeah, so I mean it's a lot of current that goes through, so the cables actually get cooled while the charging happens. Now comes, Andres has got a card that he taps on there. It's a prepaid card. Here the thing the fans going. And let's see, what's happening here, Andres?
Charging, start preparing.
Okay. Okay, so it's found your battery, which is 28%. Let's see, what's it doing? Okay, there we go. It's starting. Got 47.5, 95. That's 95 kilowatts. Eh? Oh, it's the current. DC. Oh no, okay, where's
That's amp.
I said amps, 95 amps.
It's 40, 50 kilovolts.
Ah, oh no, it's
Kilowatts. No, that's how much we have to charge it to.
okay, but you can't see what, how much,
Sure.
show how many kilowatts. Right, it's charging. We will check on the app on the phone. That will tell us what the how many kilowatts is going in. So you can see here 79 kilowatts coming in from the machine. How long is this going to take, Andres?
Well, to 100% it will take 1 hour and 2 minutes. But they said the minimum.
Or 1 hour and 24 minutes or not? No, that's how far we got to go.
Minutes.
Oh, the charging will be done in 1 hour and 2 minutes.
Google says we only have to charge for half an hour to at least 85%, whatever comes first.
Okay, so we're going to have a half-hour break, cup of coffee, stretch our legs, and get it to about 80%. So we've decided to have breakfast while we wait for the car to be charged, since we found out we had some spur vouchers from our ABSA banking app. So we're going to tuck into breakfast. The car's still charging. It's on about 70% at the moment. Needs to get to 85. So we've just finished charging, had a nice breakfast. Car's at 97% because the breakfast took a bit longer than we expected. Next stop is 143 k's away. Battery's expected to be 53%. You can see all the stops that are there. Gives the amount of time that we expected to be at each stop to recharge the battery. One problem is this one over here, stop number 3, which is Richmond. We have noticed on the grid card app that that one is out of order, so we're going to have to spend extra time at Colesberg number 2 to make sure we get up to 100% to get past Richmond and get to Laingsburg is the one, no, Beaufort West is the one after that, to get to Beaufort West. Anyway, we're on our way again. So here we are in Bloemfontein at Vleueldal Mall. This one's quite a cool station with a roof even over it. This is operated by Rubicon. Same thing applies. Andy's got to flash his card at it to get it to work. Oh dear, we have a problem here now. No, there we go. Tap card will keep to continue. Okay, so this is plugging it in now. And charge.
Hello?
Yeah.
You also pay the charging,
Yes.
like when we put on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got a prepaid card, so I put money on it, and then they deduct the money from it.
So we had a guy that was very interested in knowing all about it, so I had a quick chat with him. So this is a nice charger going at it's now 93 kilowatts. It was at 100 just now. So it's going to charge the car quite nice and quickly. We're going to go have a toilet break. So Andres is just resetting the trip and where we're going to be charging. So carry on. And there we go. That's if I go back to that. Oh no, you got to. Andres, how do you get it to be small? Okay, so there's our route again. Next stop is where, Andres? Colesberg, okay. And that'll be a 33-minute charge. The stop after that is supposed to be Richmond, hey, over there. But that one is apparently not working. So we're going to have to, this is going to be the challenge of our trip, is to get from Colesberg to Beaufort West without getting a charge at Richmond. But we'll give an update on how that goes along the route. At the moment we are on, what are we on at the moment, Andres? We're on 90%. So we had a good charge, a nice toilet break, a cup of coffee, and we're now on our way. So on the open road through the Free State, just left Bloem, and this is the trip info so far. You can see our current trip there, done 431 k's. Our average consumption is 19 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. It's quite high. You can see the average generally is closer to 17, and that graph there shows the benefits of the regenerative braking. All the green is where there's generally, or below the zero is where there is energy going back into the battery. Our current consumption as we overtake is, wow, that goes up to a lot, 99 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers when we overtook there. Now we're braking, you can see it's in a negative, and then we're settling down. We're on an uphill at the moment, so that's why it's higher than the average. When on the downhill it generally is below the average. Anyway, beautiful day, enjoying the drive down towards Cape Town. We're coming up to the Orange River now, so doing alright. Battery's on 40%. It's got 163 k's left. We've only got 39 to our next charge point in Colesberg, so we're doing fine. No range anxiety setting in yet, and just enjoying a beautiful day. Driving through what's becoming more like the Karoo as we leave the Free State behind us and enter the Northern Cape. There we go. There's the mighty Orange River. Karoo Dam up there. Pity we couldn't stop for a visit. At our next stop, this is Colesberg. This is a Jaguar charger. So a lot of the chargers are set up by the car manufacturers, so that no doubt there's some sort of infrastructure for the vehicles they're selling. But once again, this one's linked to grid card, so there's grid cards down there. So Andre says card will work, should work on this one too. The car's at about 26%. This one we've got to get to 100, as the Richmond one on the map is still not working, so we've got to get it to 100% to make sure we can do the 312 kilometers to Beaufort West comfortably without having to stress about it. I'm just checking on the screen. We're getting 60 kilowatts from this one. And how long is it going to take to charge, Andres? Yeah, we've got a long trip ahead. So, where's the charge? Oh, done in 1 hour and 8 minutes. That's fine. We've got a lunch stop here. We're going to do some walking around, stretch our legs, and be going by in about an hour's time. So we're heading out of Colesberg. The battery's at 94%. It was when we took as long as we needed for lunch. We decided not to wait for the battery to get to 100% because we've been told that the Richmond charger is now back online. We don't quite trust it, but the computer says we've got 182 Ks in the batteries, and we have to go 314 to Beaufort West. So if there isn't any power at Richmond, we believe we're still fine. We'll take this drive conservatively, be light on the pedal, conserve energy, and that should reduce our range anxiety. It looks like there might be a bit of rain coming up, stormy clouds ahead. Looking forward to the afternoon drive. Here we have the classic open road of the Northern Cape Karoo. Beautiful day, wide open space. Just an amazing feeling of openness. Trusty pilot, Andres.
Yeah.
Lovely way to spend a Friday afternoon. So we're at the infamous Richmond charger, which has been showing offline quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. So hopefully it works. Andres did chat to them earlier today. They said they've managed to get it back online, so it's making the right noises. So here we are in Richmond. Go have a coffee and stretch our legs a bit. So we're getting a good 80 kilowatts an hour, so our battery's at 49%, so we don't have to stay here for too long. We'll easily get to Beaufort after a cup of coffee. Right, so quick cup of coffee, got it up to 75%, which is great. So I'm gonna head off on our way to Beaufort West. So we've arrived at Beaufort West. The battery's down at 14%, the lowest we've had it. So we need to spend a bit of time here charging. So here we are getting 45 kilowatts. I think the charger is rated at 50 kilowatts, but because our battery was below 20%, it couldn't precondition and cool down before we got to this charger, so it won't necessarily charge at full capacity. The 1 hour 26 minutes there is the time it'll take to get 100%. We don't need to get to 100%. We need to get to 80%. So this could be a bit of a long charging break. Might have to go for a little walk and check out the local sites. Not sure if it's supper time yet, really, 4:45. Maybe we'll do supper a bit later. But we're going to go stretch our legs and see what Beaufort West has to offer. So the garage we're at in Beaufort West has got solar panels on the roof, which is nice to see. So that means hopefully some of the energy that's going into the car is green energy. I'd love to see more of that. So, busy leaving Beaufort West and got a nice 82% charge there. A little bit of a coffee break, went and had a look at the damn wall, and then sat in the shade. There's the damn wall over there, more like a flood barrage levee for when they have their flash floods here. And we're now heading off to our next stop, which is Beaufort, no, not Laingsburg. Looking forward to seeing a nice sunset over the Karoo as we drive towards the evening. What's a Karoo town without a kerk? Enjoying the beautiful views across the Karoo as the sun starts to set in the west. Beautiful sky. I think those will be the Swartberg Mountains, most probably, on the left there. Somewhere near Ficksburg. Starting to get dark. Some dead insects on our windscreen. We're going to have 13% battery when we get to Laingsburg. We're on 16% at the moment. So cutting it a little bit fine. Andres was saying he had expected a little bit more range from the vehicle, but then again, EVs are notoriousnotoriously heavy consumers on the open road, which is the opposite to petrol vehicles. Anyway, that's the objective of our trip, is to get to know the car and see how she performs on the open road. In Laingsburg, getting 41 kilowatts from a 60 kilowatt charger, and once again, due to low battery, we may not have been able to get the battery to precondition. It'll most probably improve as the battery takes more charge. You might start getting greater kilowatts. Anyway, time for supper. So here we are, having another wimpy meal. So Bill, you'll be proud of us. Most of the stops we've made have been at engine, and there's usually a wimpy at the engine, so we've been stocking up on lots of wimpy food. So supper's done. The car's on 67%. We've decided to find some accommodation here in Laingsburg. We're both a bit tired, don't want to drive through the night, and we're not sure if the place we've booked in Cape Town will be available at midnight, if we'll be able to get in. So yeah, we're just going to take it easy and relax here in Laingsburg, get a good night's sleep, be on the road early tomorrow morning. At the Grand Hotel Laingsburg. So here we are, back at the charging station. It is just after 5 o'clock in the morning. We had a very good night's sleep actually. At a quaint little hotel next to the police station in Laingsburg. And now we just take the car up from 67 to 80% so that we can continue on our way. I'm still rather angry at the hotel we booked in Cape Town that we could not get hold of them and confirm that we could check in after 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, they're going to get an earful when we get there this morning. But anyway, unfortunately, the wimpy, we've got to check if it's open, if we can get coffee. Not quite sure yet. Luckily, I found a coffee machine, so save my morning. Coffee time. Second cup being made. So charging away. We're at 78%. This is going nice and quickly, even though we're only charging at what are we charging at there? 45 kilowatts. So we do struggle here in South Africa with relatively slow charges compared to what we've seen on YouTube in the UK. But then I suppose it's still a new concept here to have EV cars and chargers in public spots. It'll be interesting to see how things change over the next few years. Hopefully we get a government that wakes up and realizes that it needs to also assist with getting this infrastructure rolled out, and using the abundant electricity we have here in terms of possible solar, possible wind, instead of having to import petrol. This is the Beaufort from Grid Cars. These are the guys that have the card that links all of these different chargers together. So far they've proven to be very good grid cards. They respond to Andries's messages when there's a problem, like the one we had at Richmond. We weren't sure if it was online. Yeah, so heads up to grid cars. I can't imagine these guys are making a lot of money out of this yet. There's been nobody else charging, and whenever we look on the app to see if the charging points are online or occupied, they're either unoccupied or offline. And very few times do we see someone actually using it. So this here is the map of all the DC chargers and AC chargers in South Africa. You can see the blue dot is us. That's the one that's in use. In the whole damn country, there's currently one being used at the moment. That is bizarre. But anyway, this is a very useful map. Is this the Grid Cars webpage here, Andries? Yeah. And that's how we know. I mean, most of them are online. Andries, just zoom into where there's a red one there. So those are two that are offline. Oh no, okay, there's a few there that are offline. Could be all sorts of reasons. I mean, sometimes if you message Grid Cars, then they can communicate with the machine and get it back online. It might just be some sort of comms error. But that's how we know where the chargers are and what their status is. Behind us, the sunrise, new dawn breaking, a new day. Going past some major roadworks. Looks like this road from Laingsburg towards Worcester is going to become a dual carriageway. Lots of money being spent by the government. Glad to be doing a stretch in the daylight actually. Such beautiful countryside. Beautiful to see all the mountains. Recharging at a shopping centre in Worcester. The Jaguar charger linked to the Grid Card system. Luckily, looks like there's a coffee shop open over there. Go grab a coffee. We're charging it because it would only be at 17% when we get home. And we're it's at 43% at the moment. So we could get to Cape Town, not home, Cape Town, but 17% is cutting it a bit fine. The car tends to use more power than what it is predicting at the moment, which makes us want to be conservative in moving forward. Enjoying some Seattle coffee. A stunning view, as one does in South Africa, of a parking lot. There's our car charging over there. Luckily we found this lovely little Seattle coffee place. They've saved our day. And as soon as this is done, we're going to head off to Cape Town. So we're going to be at 80%.
Limit is set to 80% and we'll be there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, done in 10 minutes. So we don't have to rush our coffee. And we're getting a nice 60 kilowatts at this charger, which is what its limit is, but it's nice that it's actually delivering what it says it'll deliver.
Getting 60 kilowatts, which is the capacity of the charger, so it's running at full capacity. Generally shopping centres can give the full throughput of electricity as it's got better infrastructure than the filling stations.
Yeah, especially the filling stations in the small towns.
Well, I think it's general.
So here we are approaching the Huguenot tunnels. Huguenot tunnel. Huguenota, as Andrew says. The advantage of electric cars is that there's no nasty fumes being emitted into the tunnel like the rest of these fossil fuel machines plummeting through here. You can smell the petrol actually, the fumes. That's awful. We needed some background music for the tunnel route. So 85 k's an hour, battery at 69%. Journey. We are approaching Cape Town. There's the Table Mountain, the tablecloth on. That's Lions. Is that Lions Head? Yeah, Lions Head ahead of us there. Signal Hill to the right. But yeah, I'd say all in all, a successful journey in our EV. Took perhaps longer than we thought with all the charging that's required. Still a good test for us to see how the car works, how the charging infrastructure works. We don't quite have the ultra fast chargers that are available in say Europe or the UK, which would certainly help cut down the amount of time we spend charging. But this is a long journey. 1,400 kilometers. So we are quite chuffed with the way the car's gone. Hey Andries, what do you think?
Yeah, it's good.
So anyway, it's a great trip, and now for a weekend in Cape Town. We're gonna, today's Cape Town Pride, which should be fun. Forward to the weekend.